Hey guys, welcome to GR Rideshare Adventures. Sorry about the delay. It has been one of those evenings. Jason here with Ben, and Jesper is going to join us in a minute. He had a little bit of a delay. So, yeah, you just got me right now. So how is everyone doing tonight? I appreciate you guys, all the fans that we have out there. It's been super awesome to see all the feedback. Couple of things I wanted to go over, and Ben eventually will get to posting these links. First thing I want to talk about is our fundraiser link, or our fundraiser. So we are trying to raise money for rideshare drivers in need, and thank you for the people that have donated, especially Larry. We truly do appreciate it, but we definitely need more donations. So here's what we're going to do tonight. We are going to, I can probably just look at the camera since no one's sitting across from me.
Just you and me.
Just me and Ben. We are going to offer free swag to the person that donates the most tonight on the live stream. So when Ben gets that link up there, go ahead and click on it. So this fundraiser is for, like I said, rideshare drivers in need that are struggling during the holiday time. We've been blessed this year, and we want to give some of it back. Four of us have donated, and then GR Rideshare is going to donate 152 or 150 also. I hate when that happens. So go to that link and donate. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick a couple of people, and we're going to share their stories so you guys can take a look at them too. Obviously, we're going to change the names and some of the details and whatnot. But yeah, and then we're going to divide it equally to within the three people. So it's Ben will share that when he gets to it. But we do definitely need some donations. Our goal is $1,000, and we're struggling to get there. So if you could help out tonight, the person that donates the most during the live stream, because we do get an email right away, we'll get a choice of anything on their swag store. I think we got a coffee mug. We just did a hat. We got a couple of T-shirts, GR Rideshare Adventure, GR Rideshare Adventure Podcast, and I think we got a I'll tip you in the app shirt. So check that out. You can check that store out if you want to. If you go to zazzle.com/GRRideshare, zazzle.com/GRRideshare. And I would love to give you the link for the fundraiser, but it's about 17,000 characters long. So I also want to talk about our Patreon account. We had our first subscriber on Patreon. Basically what Patreon is, if I'm saying that right, I don't know. It is a reward system for helping us out monthly. It's a monthly donation, I guess. You still get some stuff from it, but let me go to it real quick so I don't screw this up. But Larry, superfan Larry, was our first patron. I think I'm saying that right. Patreon? No, it's Patreon. I think there's a Patreon site that's what it does, but Podbean calls it Patron. So it's $1, $5, or $10 per month. I'll just go over the rewards real quick. Level 1 is $1 or more. Early release to videos and podcasts and a thank you email. Level 2, $5 or more. Handwritten note from us. Digital shout out on the show. Larry. And a private close Facebook group with us. Larry, I'm working on that. I'm having trouble getting you in. And then $10 is a live shout out on our podcast or YouTube video. Your choice. Be on a podcast with us or a phone call from one of us. We can give you rideshare advice or anything you want to talk about. So thank you, Larry, for the first person to be a part of that. We super appreciate it. Let me get back to my list here. So how are we doing on those links? Are you be able to get some of those up, Ben? Ben says yes. So we're kind of waiting for Jesper. Does anybody have any questions that's on right now? I cannot see the live stream and any questions, so Ben will have to relay those to me. But does anyone have any questions? Anyone? Oh, well, I'm just going to get into my stories. So I have been working for UPS. Well, trying to work for UPS seasonally, and it's been a weird year for them. They decided or I think they somehow capped how many packages they were going to get, so they're 20% lighter now, and I've been getting cut. So what that means is I've been doing more side gig action, and not as much as...
Pause. Related to that, somebody just asked the great question that everybody wants to know. Why did you shave your beard?
So it kind of goes along with my story. UPS requires a clean shave, and I could keep a mustache, and I'll share that picture tonight when we're done. It's pretty creepy. I shaved all the beard off, and I left the mustache, and it looked terrible. So yeah, UPS is pretty strict with their standards. I mean, you can't. I got tattoos all up my one side sleeve here, and you're not allowed to show those. So if I did get hired full time in the summer, I would only be able to wear long sleeves, which is fine. It's no big deal. But yeah, that's why I shaved the beard. Pretty disappointed on it. I'm just starting to get used to it. The one thing I hate more than life is shaving, like every freaking morning. Really, I mean, I kind of grow a lot of hair too. I mean, you can hear this already. Do you hear that?
I heard it.
That's from just this morning. I mean, I shaved clean as a whistle this morning. So anyways, I haven't been working a ton for UPS. Are you going to pause me again? I saw you grabbing the mic. I haven't been working a ton for UPS, but so I've been doing a lot of side gig. Just walk right in. You're late.
In college, we would always applaud those who were late. So
he had a rough night, so that's as much as we'll get after him. But yeah, I been doing a lot of rideshare driving, so off and on, and I've been doing Amazon Flex, and I've been doing Instacart. Does anyone that's on right now, you know, we always talk about like diversifying your income, and I know this is a rideshare podcast, but we should also talk about, you know, things what happened when, you know, like look when the Uber app went down on 12/10. You know, I know it was only temporary, but you got to have other sides of income. Has anyone done Instacart? So that's basically shipped with, but it's only for Aldi and like Family Fare and Costco. I was making a killing on Instacart, and they cut their rates by 40%, just like every other company. So I'm back to rideshare driving. I'm not going to deliver groceries for the same amount I can make rideshare driving, where I can just sit in my car and I don't even have to get out. Not that I'm lazy, but that's what's going on. So that's why I shaved the beard for UPS. And so stories. Okay. So I had a story. It was really weird. I picked this guy up from the airport, and he's like, yeah, I need to go to Greenville. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And in reference to people that aren't from Grand Rapids, that's about a 40-minute drive from the airport. And he started telling me that he's like a mechanic, and apparently if you work for a major airline, your spouse and your kids can fly for free at any time as long as there's a seat. So he flies all around the country and meets women. So it's super weird that he's like, I'm not going to lie, dude. My first stop tonight, I need to get some condoms. I'm like, okay. He says, you know what? All these 45-year-old women, they want to have kids, and I don't need another kid. And I'm like, okay. So then he proceeded to tell me he meets all these women online and then just flies out. Like, he was like, I was sitting on the couch 2 hours ago, and this woman's like, hey, you want to meet? Like, they've been talking online. I'm like, I guess that's cool that you can fly all around, but it is kind of creepy. So how you doing over there, Jesper?
Calming down.
Calming down.
I'm calming down.
All right.
Kind of getting into it.
Getting into it. Good. The other story I had, I picked up some kids with their moms. So how responsible, right? Their adult was riding with them, you know, because it's against the policy to do Uber or ride with Uber, Lyft if you're a minor. You're not going to guess did you hear my story?
I don't think I did.
All right. Well, I picked him up at the juvenile detention center. So, yeah, it was just weird. I picked him up, and the girls were just mouthy and disrespectful. And then they started spitting out my window, like rolling the window down. I mean, I guess if you got a loogie, I guess you got to let it go. But the only time I got people spitting outside my window is if they're going to throw up. So it was kind of weird, but that's kind of all my stories. I don't know about if you got any, Jesper.
I actually have a couple of good ones. So this was from the last 2 weekends. Friday last was kind of a 2-story night, I guess. One is a quick story. I had I guess it was an almost accident in my car. You know, the same thing about spitting out the window. Two girls get in my car. I pick them up at Pepino's downtown. And one is obviously almost like sober. But the other one is definitely not.
Yeah.
And, you know, the sober girlfriend, you know, says, oh, she'll be fine. There won't be any problems at all. But this is one of the first cold nights where it really got cold.
Yeah.
And I think what happened was like the instant change from cold to hot. Because when I got there, they were sitting outside.
Okay.
So they've been outside in the cold for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so the instant change from cold to hot.
Just rocked them.
I mean, because it almost happened like immediately. I mean, I took off and it was out the window.
I just can't believe she couldn't hold it. I mean,
But
like,
it wasn't very much, and they were super good about it. And so we got to it. They only going a couple of miles. There actually wasn't anything inside my car at all. It was all outside, and the girl that was sober, you know, she went in and she helped get it clean and everything, and I was back on the road in 5 minutes. So I didn't report that too, because,
Yeah.
you know, the driver, the rider, she was so good about it. There was nothing in my car. There was no smell or anything. So it's like, you know, off
yeah,
you
it
go.
might have been different if it was inside.
Right.
Now, to clean that stuff up, do you have like a kit in your car?
Yeah, so I have a kit in my car with a disinfecting spray, and there was a little bit on the window on the inside, and so, you know, again, she was all over it, and so she disinfected, you know, both the inside and the outside of my door, and got a bucket of water and sprayed down the outside of the door, and so it was definitely all good.
Yeah, I have gloves,
Okay.
like latex gloves,
Yep.
and then a bag because, you know, if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you and
Right.
just scoop up a paper towel, you want to put it in something. You don't just want to
Right.
throw it, you know. But yeah, I have paper towels, gloves, a bag, just regular towels too to absorb liquid.
Yeah, I just have paper towels and disinfectant spray. So
I don't have any disinfectant. Disinfectant.
It's a spray cleaner, right? But it's
Yeah.
disinfectant. So
Yeah.
it works well on my leather seats too. So if
Okay.
anything happens, I can wipe it off, and then it's also clean, you know, disinfectant.
Yeah. Gets rid of the actual germs on there.
Yep. And so the other story is actually I was hoping we can get the other driver on the podcast tonight. So that was between me and Justin.
Oh, that's right.
And so it was kind of a 2-part story. So earlier in the night, he picked up a party of 6, and he dropped them off at Rockies. And they were good people. It's just, you know, a little rowdy, I guess, whatever. And then they're off and they're out. And then, of course, lo and behold, he finds a phone in the car, right?
Which sucks.
It does suck. It was an iPhone, whatever. But, you know, actually, I think it was after a couple of rides. And so he was pretty sure he knew where it was from, but he wasn't 100% sure. So he shut off the phone, like, you know, like what the good thing you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Put it aside and you know, continue on, thinking he was going to just deal with it tomorrow. He was going to go through his tape, make sure he knew exactly which one it was, and then report it, you know?
Yeah.
So here comes then, now it's close to 2 o'clock, and I get a pickup. Party of 6 at Rockies. And we're talking, you know, all night long. And so Justin goes, hey, check to see if it's my party. So, okay, yeah, sure. So I get in there and you know, I introduce and, you know, we do the whole ensuring that this is the right part and all that
Right,
stuff.
right.
And then I go, so, hey, did any of you guys forget a car earlier?
A phone.
Tonight, a phone earlier tonight
Yeah.
in your car. And one of the girls, yeah, I think I did. No, and then they start arguing. It's like, I thought you said you left it at home. No, I'm pretty sure I forgot it in the car. I was like,
Oh.
okay. Well, what was your driver's name? Justin. Okay. So, lo and behold, likely, likely this was the same party.
Yeah.
So Justin and I explained to them how I knew about it, and they got like all, very, very excited about it. And then Justin and I went through the process of making sure it was their phone.
Right.
She explained to me what it looked like and all that stuff. And yeah, it was her. And so we met up. We came from Rockies. They were going over to the east side via Division and Jerry. So we met up. I met up with Rockies in the alley behind.
Doesn't matter.
The country bar.
Yeah. Back 40.
Back 40, yeah, exactly. And they made a lot of fun about me. I'm taking them down the alley.
Yeah, it is kind of a creepy alley.
But yeah, right. You're going to give me my phone back at the end. But we met them, and he kind of pulled in behind us, and we got the phone for him. So I thought that was just a really cool story, and how we were able to get them back their phone the same night.
Yeah, a couple of things about that story. One, what are the chances? I mean, Grand Rapids is it's second biggest city in the state. So you would think how many XLs do you think are on the, I mean, it's so hard to tell. I wish we could get stats of like at any given time, how many, or at max capacity, how many cars are on. I don't know. I'd just be curious.
The numbers I heard, I still think they're really pretty ridiculous. The number I heard is every given weekend, there's 300 cars online in Grand Rapids, and I just think it sounds too much. It sounds
really.
Like
I feel like it sounds too less.
Oh,
too low.
No, I think it sounds like
really
a very, very large number, like a Saturday night.
Yeah,
it could be. I mean, if you take suburbs and everything.
Yeah, not just metro. Like,
so if you have 300 cars, you probably have 50, 60 XLs.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy that you guys or it happened to be that. And then the other thing I want to talk about, and we've talked about it before, is Telegram. It's a great app. You guys should look it up. If you ever get lonely at night, try to find somebody that you're friends with, or try to find a friend. But you know what I mean? If you have somebody that rideshare drives with, have them download Telegram. We actually have a chat if anyone wants to join it in Telegram.
It's not being used much.
It's not being used much.
We really it's there. And we monitor it now when we're out driving. So,
yeah.
Yep.
And I'll share it somewhere in the comments tonight. I'm not sure how to exactly get at it, but it's called Telegram. It's a great app. You can leave voice messages, and you can text too, but it's nice to leave the voice messages, and then you can kind of play them while you're driving around, and it's kind of nice to just stay connected. So
right. So there's a quick question here, real quick, if I can take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
From Brian. He's asking, do you think Lyft needs to have a pre-screen process to inform the driver of how many passengers we are picking up along with luggage or kids and car seats?
Absolutely. I think it would be great for both of them to do that. I've always talked about that.
Right.
Just a pre-screen for all those questions if you have kids, because then you're going to be like, at least it's one more line of defense before the driver gets there and says, oh, they don't have a car seat. And now I'm sure, here's the thing, if they choose, no, I don't have a car seat, Is Lyft going to deny them the ride, or are they just going to let the driver make that decision? That's what I would want to know.
I would hope that they would deny the ride.
But I don't think they're going to. I think they're just going to send it anyways and inform the driver they don't have a car seat. I know it's not the right thing to do, but
it's against policy, though.
I know it is. You're right. That's true.
So, I mean, it's in both the policies is you're not supposed to take him without
well, then they'll probably never do a pre-screen then.
No.
But it would be nice. Yeah, we had a huge thread today about car seats.
But there was a big news item in one of the other markets talking about, no car seat, no problem. I guess was what the headline. But obviously it is a problem.
Yeah, this person wrote from Grand Rapids that she didn't think it was such a big deal to get a car seat, have a car seat in the car for the customer. And so it ended up being like 45 questions. And you okay? You got to go pee?
He's adjusting.
He's adjusting.
I did gain
junk.
a couple of weight. I know that. I gained a little bit.
Jeez. So. Come on, man. Relax. So yeah, she was saying that we should provide a booster seat, and I was up this morning and I thought about it before I commented, and I try not to comment too much, and I wasn't snarky about it. I'm just like, what about the liability? What about if you're using your own car seat, they buckle it in, they get an accident? I understand that's probably super rare.
Right.
And then the other end, why should I have to provide a car seat for your child to be safe?
No.
It's just and most people were on that side, but there were some people backing her. Nothing against her. I understand where she's coming from. She's trying to provide a service for somebody.
Right.
But I mean, I just look at the liability of it.
I have a booster seat that I keep in the back sometimes. Booster is easy. They doesn't have to be strapped in.
Yeah.
There's very little liability about, and I don't think boosters expire.
Yeah, I understand that.
Car seats,
and she was talking about a booster. She wasn't talking about a big car seat.
Okay.
And there's no really installation with it. I just worry about it. And also I'm like, you know what? Screw off. You're the parent. Like, why should I?
Right.
I mean, maybe your car has room for it, but when I get an XL from the airport, I don't have any extra room.
Still and go seating, baby.
Yeah,
I have that extra room in the back for that. So.
Yeah, if anyone else wants to chime in about the car seats, let me know what you guys think. I'm sure we'll have split rows again. Some people saying, yes, you should provide them. No. Now, I know in Orlando, they do provide an Uber car seat. You actually can choose an Uber car seat.
Okay.
But I don't know who provides the car seat. I don't know if it's Uber or whatnot, which I doubt it. My guess is you have to buy an approved car seat, just like an approved car or whatever.
Paula Hill is on Facebook talking about that there's some folding seats. So if you have a space issue, there is some booster seats that kind of folds into like nothing.
Right.
And those are kind of nice. I know it was either Jason or Gabe was talking about that. He had a traveler picked up, and they had that picked it up that worked pretty well. But I think ultimately it's not our responsibility to provide the seat, and we shouldn't feel bad for not having one.
Yeah, because guess what? You take this person and their kid to the grocery store. What guarantees that they're not going to get a driver that's not going to have a car seat? Are they going to just wait for one that does, or are they just going to take their chances? Or
well, I think the problem is that people who don't have a car seat don't care about having a car seat.
Yeah, I know. Then why should I provide one?
No, exactly. No, I understand. But that's the whole problem, right?
Yeah.
I think that the bigger problem is why don't you have a problem with your car not sitting in a car seat? That's the issue.
It's weird because like with taxis, it's not required by law, but with us it is, which is super weird. I don't understand why that is, but why a taxi makes it different. I don't know if they have different rules or whatever, but.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why it's. I mean, the same reason as to why you can actually drink alcohol in a taxi.
Right. Just to put in perspective, though, we all freak out about car seats and seatbelts and stuff like that. I've been to Mexico a couple of times for some mission trips. Nobody wears seatbelts down there. You got kids on scooters holding on to their parents. I mean, you got 17 people in a car. No one cares about safety down there. So it's just kind of funny to put in perspective. Everyone's freaking out about car seats, but
the other side of that though is do we have the hell of lawsuits in Mexico as you have here? No,
that's true. I'm more thinking about, you're right. If you think about liability, it's huge here compared to down in Mexico.
When we grew up, we didn't have car seats. We were sleeping in the trunk of the no.
You want to hear a funny? I mean, it's funny to me, but I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and we had a station wagon, right?
Exactly.
Big old station wagon. And my mom's like, I had my buddy over for a sleepover, and she's like, hey, do you want to go get ice cream or something? It was later at night, like 8 o'clock at night in the summertime. I'm like, yeah. So we all jumped in the back. Well, I didn't shut the door. My mom like gunned it out, bent the door back. I was like devastated. Like it kind of was my fault, but just the thought of like, we didn't buckle in. My mom didn't make sure we were buckled in and shut the door. She's just like, get in the car. And we dove in the back and there goes the door. So,
yep.
All right. Just a reminder of those who have joined us. We are having a little competition or game or whatever you want tonight. We are trying to raise money for rideshare drivers in need that are struggling this year. And anyone that donates tonight, the highest person the person that donates the most will get a choice out of our Zazzle store, our merch store, which is at zazzle.com/GRRideshare.
And the link to the fundraiser is pinned in the chat. So
okay, cool. Go ahead and do that. And if you're the highest donator, you get some free swag.
I hope we have a cool new cap I'm going to be ordering.
I know. We'll have to order together. So, like I said, we can shave on shipping, save on shipping.
So we can be cap brothers.
That's right. All right, we're going to jump in rideshare in the news. So the first thing up is NYC passes minimum wage for rideshare drivers.
Wasn't it like super minimum though?
I mean, I think it was 1722 per hour after expenses.
Okay.
Bring it in line with the city's 15 per hour minimum with wage for typical employees. So a couple of things about this. One, so they're just going to get like a regular paycheck, or because I read the article, it didn't really say. The additional 222 takes into account drivers, payroll taxes, and paid time off. Okay, so they're paying them 1722, but 222 goes to the taxes and paid time off. Paid time off. Are these employees or 1099s?
I don't know. I'm wondering if they are going to be employees.
I mean, this is why did they do that? I don't understand it. I mean, 1722 per hour. Says the Independent Drivers Guild, which has been working towards a minimum pay rate for some time, estimates that contract drivers in the city currently earning just $11.90 per hour after expenses, and that's in New York. I don't know. There's some more about too that saying Lyft is worried about people not taking long rides anymore. Why would you take a long ride? If you're getting paid per hour, why wouldn't you want the short rides? Because the long ride doesn't matter if you go 3 hours. Actually, it's costing you more fuel.
Right.
So they worry about that, which makes sense. You know, it's kind of the flip, right? Right here, we don't want the short rides. We want the long rides because that's where we make our most money.
Well, to a certain point.
Well, to a certain point, like an hour is pretty good.
2, I still think is pretty
2?
good.
Yeah, we did talk about that before. There was something else I was going to look at. Are you posting those articles? Cool. In the chat. There's something else. Oh, yeah. Lyft told Engadget that it's concerned that calculating pay per ride rather than per week will incentivize short rides over long rides. Further, Lyft says the new out-of-town rates, which require companies to pay drivers more when they take passengers outside the city in return without a passenger, will be hard to implement.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be weird.
It's getting closer and closer to the taxi model, right? And
low pay taxi model.
Oh, sure.
I mean, taxis make good money.
Well, so the taxis make good money, but does the employees of the taxi companies make good money? I don't know.
That's true. I don't know how much they get paid, but so yeah, you guys, you don't want this. This is like having a boss. I mean, it's one step closer to having someone say, okay, well, now you're going to need to work from 8 to 4 every day, where no one wants to do that. We want to work when we want. That's the best part about the gig economy.
Right.
So,
but it also means that they get to set the rules.
Well, do they? Because now that you're paid hourly, you think they're going to...
Well, they have to follow the rules that the city say.
True.
At this point, Uber and Lyft can set the rules in our markets, and we just have to drive them or decide on a different job.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting at the whole thing that has been locally about people uniting and all that stuff, and trying to get in and figure out and get Uber and Lyft to pay us a higher rate, et cetera, and all that stuff. And it's like, why would they?
I know, and I appreciate everyone that's involved in that. I understand. I would love to get paid more. Every time Uber gives me a survey and app, I always put a neutral driving for them.
Right.
Like, I don't put I'm super happy or super mad. Neutral, and they go, any other comments? I go, you need to raise the rates every single time. I'm not asking for you to triple, double, but you're cutting rates.
No, I think the way they need to solve it is to allow less drivers on the road.
That's tough, though. I know we've talked about it.
New York.
I know. But New York's effed up, all right? They're the ones that are going to get that because they have so many union issues with the taxis. I mean, there's probably gunplay involved. I mean, it sounds crazy, but there's mob involved. There's all that stuff. And
the other way they could solve is what you and I talked about a couple of times. Let's do rate-based. Have the pay that you get paid by Uber be based on your rating.
Yes. I mean, they've kind of done that with the Uber, what's it called? Uber Pro?
Right,
Uber.
the new thing.
It has not launched in our market, but again, that's more for full-time drivers, and it forces you to accept almost every ride. You got to have like an 80% acceptance rate or better. So, and it's not a ton, but I agree. I think, or give the advantage to a higher rated driver. If he doesn't want it, okay, let's drop it to the next one. But
Well, what about wow?
whoa, you don't have to be right up on that anymore. Buddy.
Apparently not. Hey guys, I'm really loud.
You're really loud.
We got a new computer, so now things are different.
Yeah, man. Well, what about Amazon Flex? They have a cap on how many delivery partners they can have. They get waitlisted. There's so many people that are complaining in the Facebook pages about, I'm on the wait list, I can't deliver. What if Uber and Lyft had a similar approach?
So what do you think the reason, I mean, I know the obvious reason, but what do you think the reason Amazon Flex waitlists them?
No, packages, they don't want to have trips with like 2 and 3 packages.
Well, but then there won't be routes up. My point is I do understand why they do it, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know how rideshare, because rideshare, their point is there's always somebody that needs a ride, but there's only a certain amount of packages. Am I digging a hole?
But there's
I guess there's only a certain amount of riders too.
exactly. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
they're the package.
Yeah,
right?
but there's only a certain amount of package that building can take at a certain time. There's hundreds of thousands of people in the city that could. I guess I don't know.
There's been several times within the next couple of weeks that I have had 2 deliveries a day, 2 different times
From Amazon.
for Flex.
Yeah, what you get is you get the white vans in the morning, and typically Flex drivers in the afternoon.
No, this was 2 Flex.
2 white vans?
I don't know what they were. It doesn't matter.
No, but the white vans are still Flex, but they're contracted through Amazon. And then there's
that could be the case, but
Right.
on my end, I didn't see the van, but on
Right.
my end, I got the 2 notices with the picture of both.
yeah,
times.
absolutely. But they both do that. I was just curious if it was a van or a personal car. So
I know one of them was a rented U-Haul.
yeah,
Because I did see that one, but
Yeah.
I didn't see the first one.
one
That
day
I don't understand. How can they afford to also
Well,
rent a U-Haul?
they're paying those drivers like $10 an hour. So they're getting probably 18 to 20, the company is, per block.
right.
And those guys are working like 12-hour days. But I'll tell you a story about that. Not to brag on UPS, but I was on the same street as a Flex driver. And man, he moves slow. He's just taking his time. I'm like, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. I did like 4 houses to his 2. And I was like, hey, man. I'm like, it's kind of funny. But yeah, he was in a U-Haul. So bottom line, we don't want minimum wage. We don't care. It's fine. It's one step closer to being a regular employee. And
Right.
I don't want that. So, all right. Any comments on there before we move on?
Let's see.
Crickets.
No, I was just trying to figure out.
Yeah, well, I just want to say thank you to Brian for interacting with us tonight. You had a lot of good feedback so far, and keep the questions coming. That goes for everybody out there.
Is Brian YouTube or Facebook?
He's Facebook.
Okay, cool.
Funny story, YouTube's not working tonight. So
I was gonna say, yeah, I didn't
It's
see
not?
it's authorized through the wrong account. I'm not going to fix it midstream.
it.
Moment
It's
of
gonna
silence.
be okay. It'll be okay.
Hey, fans, we are looking for a new producer. We have an opening.
I'm going to go now. I think I just got fired.
No, you can't get fired because that tells us we're actually paying you.
You
We're
can't
not.
collect unemployment, Ben. All right. Sorry. We'll move on.
Again, we got a new computer, guys. So there's a couple of things that we just kind of figuring out.
Yeah, it's actually, some of it's my fault because
No, all of it is your fault.
Oh, wow.
a lot of it's my fault. I forgot to
fired.
authorize YouTube on
you're
the stream.
you're the CEO, right? I mean, we are just the CFO and COO.
Yeah. Well, you need some work on the CFO too.
Sure.
All right, next up. This is disgusting. Not disgusting, but well, there's a disgusting one coming up too. But Uber Eats pool could make ordering food a whole lot cheaper. Uber, just leave it alone. So everyone knows what Uber pool is. If you don't, I will explain it real quick. It's like rideshare driving for rideshare driving, not individual people, but like a group, like a carpool, like Uber Pool.
Uber Pool.
And it's cheaper for the rider and a pain in the ass for the driver. They're trying to do that with Uber Eats.
But isn't that essentially what Joyrun was?
Yeah, but Joyrun, you would make money per.
Right.
So I will tell you, when I did Uber Eats, you would go to the same restaurant. You would not get paid. You'd get paid a little bit more, but you wouldn't get a booking fee for each one.
Right.
So they screwed you out of that. So that's what's going to happen with this too.
Sure.
And I guess what they're trying to do is they're like, oh, what if one restaurant only has an order? They're going to push notifications to customers in that area and offer them a discount for that restaurant to try to get them to buy there. They said something like $2 off, and the author said, I don't know if $2 would really incentivize me to do it, but this is what it pisses me off. The drivers don't make that much, right? But the delivery fees are pretty high. I've ordered on Uber Eats. Sometimes they're $6, $7, $8 plus a tip. I mean, you're $10 in and you don't even have your food yet.
And remember, in many cases, they also take 35% of food cost.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't care about them. I'm talking about the driver.
No, but I'm just saying that's what Uber also gets from the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. You're saying that how they're, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that's a good point. They're making that much money. I mean, because from that, and then they're making the service fee.
Yep.
And I wish what they would do for that service fee. When I used to deliver pizza, it was a $2.50 service fee for every pizza delivery. The driver got $1 of that.
Right.
And so plus whatever tip they got. I wish Uber would do that too. I mean, they're kind of doing, I guess, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. All I know is that I did a 32-minute McDonald's run and I made $4.80 on it. I mean,
hey, I did a 40-minute DoorDash.
Yeah, that was a debacle. That's because you're a rookie.
Hey, I was a rookie. I still am a rookie.
That was your first one. Are you going to get our bonus?
No, I'm not going to get a bonus.
DoorDash is offering an insane in Grand Rapids. It's $7.50 now.
Well, yeah, but I have to take like 150 deliveries.
Well, yours was I think yours was 125, or maybe it was 100, and then the $7.50 was like 150.
I've done 2.
We're getting there. Yeah, you would have to basically run DoorDash and take everything to get that.
And not go on vacation. And that's not going to happen.
No, that's true.
So there's 2 questions from Brian real quick. The one is talking about, will we ever get paid in crypto cash? And I hope not.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think crypto payment and crypto cash is ever, I mean, it's there. It's certainly a real thing. But whether or not it's actually going to be publicly trusted, it's not going to be anytime soon. So.
I don't see a big company like Uber or Lyft doing that. I know there are companies out there that do accept it as payment, but I always look with a bit of a stink eye when I'm like,
What about the whole tax implications of that? Because that's a whole.
I'll tell you what, this cryptocurrency is way over my head, so I'm not going to talk out of place. But what's this next question that I can answer?
Right. And so he says, do you think Lyft will ever get to the point of having drivers cash out once a month or optional to cash out any time of the month?
Well, they do have that now.
Yeah.
But no, you have to, once a week you get your money regardless.
No matter what you get. Yeah. So
I think that would be in their best interest to do that because basically it's just like someone holding your money and they hold it in the bank, right? They're collecting interest on it. So it would be in their best interest to hold on to it for, pay it once a month so they can collect interest on all that money for that whole time. But I don't know. I don't see.
I guess my question back to you, Brian, is why would you want to be paid once a month?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
a long time to go without.
So I grew up in Denmark, and in Denmark, most employees.
Are you a citizen here?
No. I'm not.
Did you guys hear that?
Sure. I am not a citizen.
I love teasing about that.
Yeah, there you go. I'm a legal resident. So
illegal.
Anyways, I'm not going to say what part of the political system is not my fault. So anyways.
Hashtag can't vote.
Exactly. Hashtag can't vote. But no, so most employees in Denmark is actually paid once a month.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. You're paid monthly. And so I'm used to that system where you just get paid once a month. The problem you run into with that system is you really have to have a spine with your money. I mean, you really have to be super just
budget friendly.
Budget friendly,
because you can't spend over what you need because you're going to be waiting a whole month to get a paycheck.
And most people actually have what it's called what is it? We all have an account on our mortgage. What is that called? An escrow account.
Escrow.
So most people in Denmark will have an escrow to all your bills on a weekly basis. So every month you take an amount, you put into your escrow account, and that's going to pay out all your bills during the week, during the month. And then whatever is left in your account, that's what you can pay. Growing up there, I mean, I was not very good at that, right? So I had a constant minus on my account. I did, because that's the other thing of that. In Denmark, they will let you do that. And it's not like, okay, so say you have no money in your bank card. We had debit cards over there. We had debit cards in Denmark 25 years ago. Anyways, but if you had no money in the account, they didn't say, no, you can't have it. No. They just let you use them until like you were like, I don't know, $300, $400 overdraft. And then you got a phone call from your bank and said, hey, we're getting a little low.
Yeah. Can you slow down?
You slow down a little bit.
The Bank of Denmark says you need to slow your roll.
Right. And then you're caught in this evil cycle, if you will, because then you get paid again, and that, is enough to cover your overdraft and a little bit more, but then you overdraw again. So
interesting. Yeah, I want to hear from Brian. I want to know where he's from, what services he drives, just a little bit about him since he's been chiming in. So just let me know, Ben, when you're ready for that, okay?
Larry has also been chiming in, so welcome, Larry.
Larry, yeah. We talked a lot about Larry in the beginning. He is our first patron. He gets rewards for helping us out with $5 a month, and he helped us out with the donation for the rideshare drivers. So, Ben, there's a video up next, the Uber Eats video, the surprise. We can just let it load. Burr, burr, burr. It's number 7 on the mixer too, just to let you know. This is about a video, a disgusting surprise. Now, I'm going to let you know ahead of time, it wasn't that disgusting. I mean, it's still weird, but I mean, I thought it was going to be like terrible, but who knows? You going to play it, buddy? There's probably an ad. Don't forget the mixer board. Number 7, I think it is.
25 seconds?
Yeah, it's a long ad.
Oh, I hate those ads. I want to turn off.
It's not number 7.
Yeah, it is. It's on. Hold on a second. When it gets to the video, hit play again. I think it's the video. So let it go to the video.
Come to
Cadillac. There you go.
Head on to a story you'll see on The One and Only about an order on a food delivery service that was anything but satisfactory for one customer.
Oh, he ordered food from Uber Eats, but what he got, definitely not what he expected.
Relax.
Our Ian Margall was live with the exclusive on this. Ian.
Lori Calvin, he ordered dumplings and a few other things from a Japanese restaurant, and that's what he expected to get when he opened his bag from Uber Eats. The problem is what came with it was pretty disgusting.
Who thinks that you're going to get delivered somebody's dirty underwear?
The answer to that question, of course, is no one. But unfortunately for Leo, that's exactly what happened on Sunday night when he opened up his Uber Eats delivery order.
Disgusting, unhealthful, it's potentially deadly.
Leo, who asked us not to use his last name, is in town for Art Basel. Just before 10 p.m., he decided to order some dinner from a nearby Japanese restaurant, and when it arrived a little while later, he walked outside of his hotel to pick it up from the Uber Eats driver.
I grabbed the food, and right when I got the food, she struck off running. And I was like, that was kind of odd.
Back up in his hotel room, he opened the plastic bag. His food was there, but sitting right there next to it was a pair of thigh-length underwear, clearly stained with what looks like feces. Disgusted, he called Uber, the restaurant, and the police department. Uber sent us this statement that says, quote, "What's been reported is very concerning. We are reviewing this order and reaching out to all parties involved to help understand what may have occurred. The courier has been removed from the app pending investigation." And I did reach out to Bal Harbour Police as well because they did give Leo a case number when he went to them. They have not returned our calls on this. Uber said, of course, they are looking into it as soon as we get any new information.
I mean, look at him. He's like
live in Bal Harbour tonight, Ian Margol, Local 10 News.
Oh, a rough story at dinner time. Ian, thank you.
Make sure you turn that 7 down too, Ben. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I was expecting it to be like something worse. I mean, it's disgusting, don't get me wrong, but doesn't it seem odd that I kind of feel like he set it up?
I don't know.
I just feel like all those drivers that end up getting deactivated for this, I mean, why would she have dirty underwear? I mean, I don't even understand what would be the point of her doing that. And I remember reading the article and it said that the driver hadn't had any other complaints before. So it's just weird.
I don't know.
That's what you have. I don't know. That's your feedback on it.
My thought pattern goes something like maybe the Chinese restaurant also had a dry cleaner next to it.
Hey, you never know. I mean, it just seems odd. And who says the driver, although with her bolting, that is a little weird. I don't know.
Well, maybe she didn't bolt. Maybe she just took off. I mean,
yeah. Maybe. Hey, at least she didn't eat any of the food. He should just shut up and take his food and eat it.
Did you see the story in New Zealand? They just helped themselves.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, I know.
We had it on the podcast. Yeah. So, yeah. So it's gross, but you'll get over it, buddy. Who doesn't want to use his last name?
Would you have eaten the food?
I probably wouldn't have. But I wouldn't call the news. I would have had a good story for the podcast, though. No, I would have gone live. If I had got that food, I would have gone live on our channel right there.
Unwrapping.
Yeah. Unwrapping. Oh, that's funny. All right. Next up, Uber driver. I don't think this is a video on this one, but so what's interesting is I was reading this article today, and it's charged with vomit fraud. I don't think he was trying to charge vomit fraud. I think he was just trying to get a cleaning fee, and that's what he did. It's nacho cheese. Everyone kept saying, when I posted this, I had some friends chime in. They're like, that looks like nacho cheese. Of course, they didn't read the article. Right. I mean, we always read everything that we're given to us, every single thing. But I know.
He sells as he looks at the producer.
I know some people don't read stuff, but Jason, I read every document I get, an article. So, no, I don't need any comment.
Fake news.
I don't need any comment. So this guy.
Could they have a set of orange hair, please?
Vomit fraud is a criminal matter. I don't think, did he really say this person threw this up? Because it looks like he probably just tried to charge a cleaning fee.
But does it really matter? I mean, I think
you're right.
The vomit fraud has become the term that they're using
for everything, a general term
for cleaning fee fraud, if you will.
Yeah,
right?
cleaning free. Yeah,
cleaning fee fraud.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister. Yeah, I don't know. And we've talked about this. If you're doing that, you're a douche. Like, right. Why are you doing that? I mean, right. No. Everyone's gonna. I guess in every job, everyone takes takes advantage of it. But
sure.
But we have the flexibility of being an independent contractor. Let's not lose that opportunity because, I mean, I'm just saying the more things that get wrong with it, eventually Uber and Lyft are going to be like, all right, we're going to have regular employees now, and we're going to have these, rules and regulations. But
if that ever happens, they're going to shut down. They're done.
You think so? I'm not working for them.
They don't want to do it. Why would they want to do it?
Yeah, I know. It's
Uber and Lyft don't want employees. Well, they have some employees, of course, but they don't want the drivers being employees.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always what you did with that girl with the puke. I mean, there have been some sensitive posts in our Telegram group about people claiming thing, and some people get pissed, but I mean, it doesn't really have to do with the fraud, but it just kind of came to my mind. I feel like if you get any fluid on the inside, there should be no complaints. You should claim that. It's disgusting.
Right.
And on the outside, but some people are like, if it's on the outside, I'll just go to the car wash. Well, I had all down the side of it. So it didn't get one drop inside. I still claimed it. I had to go offline. I had to go find a car wash and spray it down. So,
well, unless if my situation earlier tonight, if I had gone fast on the highway and she would have puked out the window, I would have had all side the side of my car as well.
Right.
I didn't.
You were fortunate that she
Yeah.
you were going, 15 miles an hour. What still cracks
on Ionia.
it was still cracks me up is how she couldn't know she was going to. I mean, I know you said the cold, the hot, but I mean, if you're going to puke, and that's a tip. Here's a free one for y'all. Freeze that car out. I don't care if it's in the middle of winter. If you think you got a puker on there, you turn the air on and you just blast it. And if anyone complains, you can tell them to shut up.
That actually worked for me Saturday.
It does.
The day after, I had another one, and she was all like getting all coffee and stuff.
Yeah.
I rolled everything, all windows down, and I cranked up there.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we've all been hungover and drunk and blah, blah, blah. You get the sweats. I mean, you want nothing but cold. I remember one time I think it was at our old house. No. I went out for my birthday and I came back and I was so drunk. I like fell over into the snow and I told Megan, I was like, just leave me here. Just leave me here. It felt so good to be in the snowbank. I mean, I would have died, but I mean, like, when you're drinking and you're kind of nauseous or not even just drinking, when you got the flu, you just you're sweating.
Your life insurance?
Do I have life insurance? Yeah, pretty good.
Oh, see?
Yeah. I may not have had it then. All right. Next up, Uber Eats loophole. This, I mean, it's not just Uber Eats. It says this woman claims Uber Eats loophole allows drivers to eat their food. There's no loophole. They just say they didn't go there. Right. And so they get to keep the food. And they did say Uber advises them to throw the food away, which is BS, because if I do have any food, not with Uber Eats, but I just give it to the homeless guy. I mean, I'm not going to throw it away. I've never eaten. I've had it twice where I couldn't get a hold of the customer, and so I just kept the food or gave it to the homeless. But
I've taken 5 total, 3 Uber Eats and 2 DoorDash, and never anything. So we are going to address a couple of comments from Brian. Brian drives out of Holland and Grand Rapids. Has close to 5,000 rides and 0 incidents of anyone puking. That's a great job.
What
Brian.
the hell?
But Brian, the real question here is, do you drive at night in Grand Rapids during college nights? Because that's where all the puking happens.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Wasn't somebody posted a picture? Wasn't it Grand Valley's graduation last weekend?
Yes.
It was the Saturday night that
Saturday, yep.
You were giving me crap for not going out, and then you never went out either.
Well, because I went out a couple of hours while
earlier in the day you did?
Well, I went out between 7 and 9.
Okay.
Because my daughter and Michelle went to the theater, and I drove while they were doing that, and that was pretty okay. But I just got so tired. All of a sudden, I was just beat. And so I went home and slept, and then of course I got up in the morning and I saw all the pictures of like 4 and 5 and 6 times surge.
Yeah, I bet it was profitable. Yeah, Ben and I recorded our other podcast, Threads, Life Unfiltered. Plug.
Threadspodcast.com.
Threadspodcast.com.
Yeah, I saw the map. We were sitting there.
Oh, that's right.
And,
it was super high.
So, yeah, I turned it on and it was up to like 4 or something. And I was like, maybe I'll go sign on and drive. But
we got done late.
We did get done really late.
It was like 11:30 when we were finally wrapped up. But
yeah, so I did not drive either.
But yeah. So Brian, if you're not driving during puke time, although that's crazy, 5,000 rides. I probably have 3,000 between the 2 apps. Did you just drive for Uber or both?
He drives Lyft only.
Oh, Lyft don't. He's got 5,000 for Lyft?
4,800.
Well, close enough. That's saying something.
Yep, it is.
Holy crap.
I have 1,700 rides for Uber, and I had...
You still did them.
Oh, I know. I want to say about the same for Lyft, 1,600.
Yeah, because you had gotten the jacket, right?
I got the 1K jacket, yeah.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, you get a jacket from Lyft, and gosh, I got to push towards that before they cut that out because I just want to have it.
The 1K club.
The 1K club. I'm at 780 right now.
Yep. So, but I'm only driving Uber right now. So.
Yeah. Just back to the story. Basically she is mad because she went to a website and talked about drivers, right? Oh, full rack of ribs this weekend. Yum. So I always recommend, and we've talked about this before, if you do food delivery, and the customer ever asks you to leave it outside, snap a picture of the address as you're walking up, and then snap a picture of the food. Just CYA. I mean, this doesn't really have to do with this exact article, but it just popped into my head.
It's the same as why you should have a camera in your car.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. And so Brian, again, going back real quick, Brian is asking, why would anybody go through the bar BS?
Why would anyone what?
Put themselves through the bar BS. He does not drive the Barzine.
Oh. Okay,
And
that's why you don't have a puker. Which
Right.
is okay.
It is okay, and we know lots of drivers that don't. I gotta tell you, I enjoy it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really not that bad in Grand Rapids. I've driven for almost 3 years. I think I've had between 6 and 8 pukers total, and I don't mind it.
See,
I don't mind
yeah.
it, and I like talking to the people. And honestly, here's the other thing, and it may sound like corny. I like helping people get home safe.
Yeah, no, it's true. The thing is though, you're weird about the pukers. Like you're like, I don't mind them. That's insane. No, I have barf bags in my car. I don't want them to puke. But if they
I don't want
do,
them to do it either.
I don't know. I saw you're driving. You're like trying to get them to throw up.
That's not true.
It is true. I've seen you.
Jesper, let's not forget about that one time you just inadvertently hit a curb.
Yeah.
But there was nobody in the car.
No. But wasn't it somebody that saw you just the other weekend, like whipping down Ionia, and they're like, I think that's Jesper. I don't know. I think it was Gabe or something like that, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
I didn't drive too fast or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. But
I think you're actually thinking of Justin,
Was
and
it-
he was referring to me.
Okay, it was somebody saw somebody on the
See,
street.
Yeah.
It wasn't my fault.
Oh, you guys all are a blur for me.
I wasn't even driving that fast.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Brian, good for you for not driving to the bar time. I will say with the bar time, you have to be in the mood for it. There's nights where I start out early in the airport, and I'm just having these pleasant rides. We're having good conversation, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going home. I'm not dealing with these drunks tonight. Like, you got to be in the mood for it. So, all right, real quick, Ben is going to jump in, and we are going to talk a little bit about a few of the stories for our fundraiser. And take it away, Benny boy.
All right. Hey, it's the Ben cam. You know, I don't like this camera because I can see where, like, apparently I had some razor burn this morning, and
Yeah, you can
it's
see
just
it on mine.
real close. But
Shaving
that's okay.
sucks.
It does. So we are doing this fundraiser to help some rideshare drivers who have fallen upon hard times. And let's just be honest, sometimes that's us. You know, we're rideshare driving not because it's fun, but
Wow.
I mean, it is. It
It's-
always is.
I have a great time.
Yes, but sometimes it's not fun, but we do it because we've got a bill to pay or whatever the case may be. Now, I've been out on the road doing this for about 3.5 years. It'll be 4 years in February, I believe. So, and I've come across a lot of drivers in Grand Rapids who have some crazy stories. You know, for me, I consider it a bind when I've got a big bill coming up and it's going to lower my bank balance. That pales in comparison to what some of these people are going through. We've got some people that have written into us talking about their mom who's having cancer treatments, and they're doing rideshare to help pay her bills. We have a woman who messaged us and let us know that her housing situation is not great. She's actually living out of her car because the place that she was renting is uninhabitable. And that's totally beyond her control. She's not the landlord, and the landlord kind of gave up on the property. We also heard from 2 gentlemen who are facing very difficult times with their families. You know, you can place blame wherever you want in marital issues, but when there's kids involved, it gets a little bit tricky. And so these 2 gentlemen that have reached out to us just indicated, you know, things aren't great with the marriage. Divorce is on the horizon. We have kids. We're trying to give them the best Christmas we can, but it's really hard. So those are some of the stories that we're hearing for our fundraiser. We want to help these people out. Yes, these people could just go out and drive and make a ton of money. I get it. But, what's Christmas all about? It's spreading cheer and happiness and joy, and it's unearned. And this is our way of saying, hey, we hear your stories. We are with you as rideshare drivers, and we're here to help. So there's a comment that is pinned on Facebook on this live stream. Please click the link, donate. We will put those stories up at the end of this podcast. Prodcast,
Prodcast, I like it.
Prodcast.
Broadcast.
With producer Ben.
Sunday.
So be looking for those stories. We will put them up on the fundraiser page, but that's where the money's going. It's people that are in rough circumstances beyond their control. They're out trying to, make the money to pay for these situations, and they just need some help. So your funds will go to assist them, and also whoever makes the largest donation tonight will get their pick of free swag from our store. All right, back to you, boys.
Do I get free swag if I donate the most?
Sure.
Yeah, please do donate, guys. I mean, there has been a few comments like, oh, why can't they go out and earn it? Well, it's just like a single mom, like when you go to church and the angel tree, I mean, they're out working too. It's not like, you know what I mean? So I don't know why people say, oh, they can go earn it. I'm like, shut up. I guess you've never been in need before, so idiots.
Oh, I mean, just don't donate.
Yeah, no. Even if you don't like it, I want you to donate. Donate $5. Be our winner tonight. Come on. All right. You got anything to add before I move on?
Nope,
You took a big breath. All right, next up, tip time. Our tip time is sponsored by Van True Cameras. Ben will put the link in the show notes. I lied. The live stream chat. I lied. Somewhere in there. Facebook chat, whatever. YouTube's broken. My fault. But no, it's sponsored by Van True Cameras. They are one of the best cameras out there. I mean, I think it's the best camera before you jump up into the black view, where it's $400 or $500. Which, why would you spend that much money on a dash cam? I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of weird, but check them out. They have infrared lighting. We recommend it every time someone comments on that. Get it. And no, I know it's not the cheapest in the world. It's $200, and I definitely understand that can be tough sometimes, but. You can try some lower end ones, but I've tried some lower end ones. I have not got the best results on them. And you can, without a camera, it's tough to fight things, especially if the police are involved. Oh, we were going to talk about that lady tonight, that messaged us. At some point, can you chime in about that? I don't have any of that comment. I read it, but, it was, speaking of cameras, she had an issue with a minor in Memphis, Tennessee. Okay. She chimed in earlier today, and she didn't have a camera, and the minor wouldn't get out. And so we'll touch base on that a little later on during our questions from our group. So our tip, do not rely on one app alone for money. Here is, again, what was it, 6 months ago the Uber app took a dump? But same thing that happened on 1210. You don't want Uber to be your only source of money. Always run Uber and Lyft. Gosh, there's so many food choices out there too. And I don't recommend Uber Eats. I recommend either DoorDash or Grubhub. Right. So just don't rely on one app for money alone, because you never know. I think Dustin, he runs another Uber Lyft 101, and he's got a YouTube channel. But he had a video. I have not watched it yet. I just saw it pop up today that he got deactivated from Lyft from an accusation. Okay. So I'm sure he'll be back on. But it's, I'm sure he's talking about making sure you diversify your income. So anyone out there that's listening that's still on, what are your extra side gigs? I'd like to know what you guys do for money, if it's Amazon Flex or food delivery, or there's a new thing called Jive. Has anyone ever heard of Jive? Not hand jive. What's that from? What's that? Is that from Greece? Hand jive. I know I'm alone over here. Come on, you're into theater and all that stuff. You should know that.
And you got a millennial over here, and I'm just like,
you're
hand jive?
Hand jive.
That sounds like a dirty word, kind of.
Yeah, like bean flicking.
It's been too long since I've seen that movie, so I don't know.
I think it's.
But
I think it is Grease.
Yeah, it could be.
But there's so I almost said hand jive. So jive is like subcontracting for you go into a grocery store for a brand. Let's say it's Red Bull. You go in there, you do all their counts, you straighten out their shelves, blah blah blah, and then you get paid for it. So it's interesting all the different side gigs that are out there. And I heard someone post about that jive, so I looked into it. I haven't really done much with it, but all right.
So Paula says that she does. Let's see. She does Instacart, Uber, Lyft, catering, sells on Amazon, Poshmark, and Mercari, which I have no idea what that is.
No, I don't either.
Paula, you must be like full-time gig economy.
Yeah, I'd like to know if Paula's still doing Instacart with the huge pay cut, or if it hasn't. I don't know if Paula's in Grand Rapids, or if it hasn't hit her area yet.
I think she's south of here.
Okay.
No, Portage. Sorry, not south.
Well, that's south. Portage is south.
Yeah,
it's in
that's
Kalamazoo.
true. Yeah, I was thinking Portland, but that's between Lansing and here.
Yeah,
so,
Portland's east,
Yeah.
but
Yep. So Portage. So I don't know if she actually drives there. She drives in Kalamazoo or whatever. So, but that's what
Paula said. Thanks, Paula. All right.
Brian. Oh, no, never mind. So what is Postmates?
Postmates is I have no idea. So most of it's slowly moving over. I actually applied for it because I thought it was supposed to go live in Grand Rapids. It's another delivery service. It's more I think you can do like I want to deliver a package to you.
Okay.
So I put it in a box and I deliver and Postmates comes picks it up and delivers it to you. It's like I think it's like a lot of peer-to-peer delivery
Okay. Yep.
instead of like going through a company.
Okay.
So I did sign up for it. They said it was coming here and then like it never happened. So
Do we have Turo here in Grand Rapids?
the car rental thing?
Yeah.
I think I think it's hire car. Or is that only for because you told me about that, right?
I own it. I've heard of Turo.
I think it was Gabe.
Okay.
But I think hire car is rental for rideshare. But I think there's Turo here. I don't know. Ben, check it out. Come on. What are you doing? Look it up. You got 19 screens open over there.
He's busy on his.
No, he's chewing more gum.
Getting gum, yeah.
Getting gum.
So Paula says she's not doing Instacart. It crashed, and she hasn't been able to get on for a
crashed.
few weeks. She drives in Kazoo and Grand Rapids.
Okay. All right, we're going to jump into questions from our Facebook groups. First one, got a ping on the Uber app, and the rider wanted me to enter his home. He got the ping, and I remember reading this, and then the guy called him right away. He was going to open the house so I could get in. So I don't know, does he have like an app that can slide the deadbolt open or something?
What they probably do.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Get in and get a bag sitting by the stairs. He wanted me to bring the bag to the airport. He cannot understand why I would not do it. How do you guys feel about this? Well, there you go. You got Postmates. You can use Postmates to do that when it comes here.
Yeah, but the problem here is nobody was going to put it in your car. He wanted you to enter the premise,
right?
Take the bag.
You're right. Postmates wouldn't do that.
And there's no way I would ever do that.
There's so many red flags going off there. Is there drugs in there?
Is it truly your house?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you using me to?
Yeah, you walk in and all of a sudden there's like 6 cop cars there. Like, yeah. I mean,
no.
Do not ever go in anyone's house. This popped in my head because one time, what have you ever gotten from a rider that was super weird? Because I know Ben got left the purple dildo or pink dildo straw or whatever.
Straw.
But it was shaped as like it wasn't a dildo, but I had a guy one time, we started talking about, I don't know why this popped in my head, but I'm just going to go with it. Because I was thinking about home. He ran into his house. He's like, I got to get you this record. We started talking about records. He brings out like 3 or 4. Oh, it does work. That's cool.
For $250, I can rent a Tesla X.
You can rent a Tesla S for $75 a day. Huh.
I want the X. That's sweet. Anyways.
There you go. That X is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So apparently Turo is in Grand Rapids. But anyways, he ran out like a couple of 45s of Nirvana and everything. I'm like, you sure you want me to have these? And I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm going to keep. Ben, do you know what a 45 is?
Is that the thing that went in the old cars? Not a tape, not a cassette tape, but prior.
You mean an 8-track?
Yeah.
No.
That's not a 45.
It's a smaller.
Oh, wait. No. A 45? Isn't that like a record?
Yeah, it's a smaller.
A vinyl?
Yeah, it's vinyl, but it's smaller. It's like this, and not the big one.
I know my stuff.
You didn't know what a 45 was?
I did.
You liar.
No.
But anyways, have you had anything weird? Your passengers give you anything? No?
I've actually never even have anybody offer me weed or nothing.
Oh, I get that like once in a while. More when the beard.
Right.
Not so much anymore without the beard.
I know.
Bro, do you smoke?
Totally smoke, dude.
That's a bitchin' beard. I don't have it anymore.
No, it's
All right.
just
Next up, this
baby
one.
face.
Baby face. Baby. I'm a wife of an Uber driver. Is there any way I'm not a wife of an Uber driver.
I was gonna say,
is there any way
something I don't know about?
Is there any way I can log into his account and see where the last time he's Ubering was?
That was a fun story.
I mean, she's worried that he's cheating on her. I mean, no, you can't log into the Uber account. And first, I think this was on the national group because I'm like, why are you even in this group if you're not a driver? You know what I mean? And yeah, she just wanted to know if he had a side piece. So no, you cannot log into someone's account without having their phone. Just wait till he goes to sleep, take his phone, and log in. It's not that hard.
So I think Larry just got he just won the prize for the most fun tip ever.
What?
The most interesting tip. He got 40 tubes of Sensodyne toothpaste.
What? Say that again?
40 tubes of Sensodyne toothpaste.
For sensitive teeth. I could use some of that, Larry. You got any extra?
Yeah, Larry, spread the wealth. I'll give you my address.
40 tubes.
That is weird. Obviously, it was a toothpaste rep, but
Hopefully it wasn't a hint.
yeah, that is funny. That is got to be the record for the weirdest thing. All right. So if you think your husband's cheating on you, you can't log into his app without his phone. So that's just a question for you or a tip.
Well, and honestly, let's use the other one too. If you are cheating, don't use the app.
Well, please go Uber when you say you're Ubering, just do it.
Yeah.
Don't cheat. Don't be a douche.
Yeah, do not be a douche.
All right. Next up, does anyone have any information on the Uber settlement check I got via email? Seems rather sketchy that I got a check via an email that I need to deposit online. Not giving out bank information until I confirm it's not a scam.
Did it come from Nigeria?
That would.
Are you helping a prince?
That would be a scam.
Yeah, I didn't see. I don't know if there was. I thought there was a picture on it, but yeah.
I mean, I can only assume, and this is an assumption, if there's ever going to be any payout from Uber, it will be in your regular channels of getting money. So it'll be deposited as
not the payout. The payout is a separate check. It's from an attorney. It's from a lawyer. It's the settlement.
The company that's handling the settlement. Okay.
Yeah, so it is actual a physical check. You're not getting it from
Uber. But then you'll get a real check.
Right.
From a lawyer.
You're not going to get an email check.
No.
I've never gotten an email check in my life. So why don't you just confirm the bank information and let us know how it turns out so we can help other people? No? Okay. No, this one pisses me off, this next question, because I have not been able to get the card. Does anyone use the Uber debit card? If so, what is it like and is it worth getting? Go ahead, Jesper, you use it.
I use it all the time. I
think
love
you're
it.
the only one of us that uses it like regularly.
Oh, I love it. I use it for I buy my gas on it and everything, and yeah, I just when I'm done that night, I just deposit right into the card, and I use the GoBank app, and I check what it's on all the time.
So, but isn't there an advantage for that card to don't you get a percentage back? Isn't there? It's rewards
Yep, so
for
you get, and they instantly you get it back. So, I use my card, and within 15, 20 minutes, I get a little cash back on the card.
right on the card. Yeah, I go to the app or I go to where it says, I click on it and it's just a white screen. And I've called Uber and they're like, oh, go to GoBank. They're all passing the buck. Then I go to GoBank, like, oh, you need to talk to Uber. And I'm like, you know what? You guys can do each other because I'm done. I'm done dealing with
each other.
Yeah.
What kind of podcast is this?
I was going to say something else, but it was going to be a little too raunchy. So worse than that. So
Paul is the same thing. Works the same as me. I mean, yeah, it's a great card.
Yeah, I used to have a separate account for all my rideshare earnings, and it just was a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
What?
Agreed.
Oh, you had it too?
I did have a separate account.
It was just a pain in the butt because I had to transfer money over, and I had a separate debit card for it. And I understand it works for some people, but I just deposit everything in my main account. It's just so much easier that way.
Yeah.
So personally, but I would use the debit card if I got rewards back because I mean we use a lot of gas. So
The other thing that's kind of cool is it's the ATMs in the Walgreens is all part of like a whole chain of ATMs. And you can use it for free. You can use your
no fees.
No fees in those cars. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
Well, that's another tip for y'all out there that use the Uber debit card because I don't and I wouldn't have known that.
In the GoBank app, you can actually look up and it'll tell you the closest location.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I feel like I want to try it right now. Just so you can see that I'm not crazy. I'm going to bring it up while you're looking at the comments if there's any extra comments.
No, it's just Paula had another account and she canceled it and she's only using the Uber card right now. Yeah,
This is how much I made today. If you can see that one ride, $2.52. And then I got
you are raking it in.
Then I got called into UPS, so then I was like, see ya. All right, so where do you find it? Under earnings?
Yeah.
Promotions? No. That's not right.
I think it's one of your benefits, right?
Yeah, let's find it.
I don't know.
I want to show.
I'm pretty happy. My rating is back.
Your rating sucks.
4.9. I'm super happy. I know it sucks.
Oh, perks. Here we go.
I just don't care.
What were you at? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
4.9.
Are you? No,
I
that's
know.
good. It's been going up. Okay, see everyone? Get the Uber Visa debit card from GoBank. So I'm going to click on that. It won't let me do it. Okay, get the card. Ready? Get the card. Is everyone watching? Get the card. There you go. This is what I get. A white screen. That's just what it does. Seriously. I can go back to it. Hey, cash back.
I know why. I know they know how big your credit score is.
It's already shitty.
It's like, oh no, we're not gonna give this guy a card.
It's not a credit, but see, look at blank screen. It's done that for a year. I don't understand it, but
well, they write books about the things you don't understand. So,
holy cow, shots fired. But I do recommend getting the card if you are. I mean, it InstaPay is right in there. So is there no fee for that? No 50 cents?
No.
Okay. And is there a limit on how many times you can InstaPay it? Or is it
5 times a day?
5 times?
A day.
Okay. All right.
Paula says delete the app reinstall. He's done that many times, Paula.
I actually never deleted the app.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's worth a try. Thanks, Paula. What are you laughing at?
Just you.
No. Is Paula your girlfriend, Paula?
No,
we're not on YouTube tonight, so.
Paula Hill.
Not going to make any money on that stream.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have said that name. Yeah, I know. Wow.
Paula Hill.
Brian says you are the baller. You're raking in the money. So,
yeah, right. What does that have to do with my card?
I don't know. Nothing.
All right, a couple things we're going to wrap up. I've been on an Uber break for about a year. I went to Bell Tire, and they could not promise that they could get me in for an inspection anytime. What can I do? You can go to any mechanic you want, anyone that's ACE SE certified. I know a lot of people forge the form and just bullshit it, but you really should get an inspection. Like, it's safety matters. And
right.
Bell Tire's busy, and they may not be right now. This was a Grand Rapids person. I remember reading that. They have been, all the tire places have been nuts. When we got the snow, I mean, I went to Bell Tire, Discount Tire, not last Saturday, maybe the Saturday before. And I got there, they opened at 8. I got there at 7:30, and there were 8 people in line in front of me. And then there were about 20 behind me when they opened at 8. I went inside, and he's like, yeah, you see all those cars out there? They're all from last night. I got like another 20 or 30 ahead of you. So Bell Tire and Discount are super busy, so she probably went in there, and they're like, yeah, I don't know when I can do it, but if you need it done, you want to drive, you're just going to have to wait. Just sit down, grab your phone, and just wait till they get it done.
I use my own mechanic.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You don't have to use Bell Tire.
No, you don't, but it's free.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you have a good relationship with your mechanic, it could be free as well,
Right.
And yeah, just get a. I mean, here, as you said, right? Yeah, it's a pain in the butt to do this, but it's for safety,
Right.
And don't circumvent it. Just do it right.
Yeah, I often see cars that are pretty banged up, and I don't know if they're not really. I think the safety is just more mechanical. I'm not sure they're doing body.
Brian says Parker on Burton, Parker Shop on Burton also does it. So,
Yeah.
So
what I'm going to bring up now is we have a podcast actually coming out. So we're a little. The schedule's a little screwy right now. Our live streams are not matching up with the podcast that comes out every 2 weeks on Monday. So this Monday we had a podcast with a mechanic, David Freeman, and Ben will share the YouTube video of it. There is a stream if you want to watch the video instead of waiting for the podcast. It's on YouTube. I do need to be better on YouTube and go in there and create titles for our live streams. I don't. I'm terrible. We probably get more traction, but it'll be out on Monday morning, the actual audio podcast about the mechanic with David. And it was good. It was good. We got some things answered. Just some different myths I have always about the 3,000 miles. Should you do the oil change? Should you trust your computer on your car, or should you just do it at 5,000? So it was a good podcast.
Paula had a tip. She says if you're in Kalamazoo, use Sears. She does that. She uses her Uber discount, and she gets an oil change at the same time. She gets oil change and inspection for $17.
I think Sears is closed up here. I don't think they're open anymore in Grand Rapids.
No, but in
Kalamazoo,
she can do that. So you talked about discount. I use my Uber card whenever I go to AutoZone.
Yeah,
I get my 10%.
Yeah, it's 10%. I mean, not on sale items, but
right. No.
I mean, why I go in there and buy air fresheners. I use it because I mean it's not a ton, but might as well save money. Yeah, right. It's there. So the last thing I want to touch on, Ben, do you have a second to bring up that chat with Yvette, so we can kind of talk about that? So. Just to go back to
so while Ben is doing that, I just want to talk real quick. Paula is bringing up Sears Shop Your Way. Are you guys using that?
Dude, it is awesome.
So I have not been successful in signing up for it yet. I've done it a couple of times, tried.
I'm telling you, check this out. I've gotten $300 worth of product from there. Now, it's not like you can buy anything on there. Like the app's a little tricky because you have to find stuff that you can use your rewards on. But I got a mattress heater that was $50 for like the bed. Ours broke last year, and Megan's like, "Oh, I want another one of those for the winter," which are awesome, by the way. I've gotten Rubbermaid containers. I got a new comforter for our bed, like tons of stuff, and it adds up quick. You only can claim a certain amount per quarter.
She says it's $2 per ride,
yeah.
And it's $100 a quarter.
Oh, okay, $100 a quarter. I actually have used more than that. I've actually earned more than $100 and used more, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm new or something.
And Larry says he's done it 4 times, and he just ordered $100 last night. So I know it's one of those things. I know I need to get it done.
It's not like you're going to order a TV, but it's stuff for the house you might need. Comforter, Rubbermaid, storage containers, but. No, yeah, it's a good deal. I don't know. I'm not sure how Uber or how Sears is making money on that. I mean, they're sending out hundreds and dollars of product, and for what? What is the bonus for them? Like, what are they getting out of it? Is Uber paying for it? Uber's not going to be paying for it. I'm just wondering who's paying for the product.
Right.
It's just interesting. So, you got that up, Ben?
I do.
You're on.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the XSplit, actually.
Oh, boy. Ben's getting crazy over there.
Now we're playing.
Now it's going to take a dump. Be prepared.
Nope, it's not. I got this. I figured it out.
Be prepared to take a dump.
Oh, no dump here. All right, while I'm bringing that up. So Yvette messaged us earlier today. She's from Memphis, Tennessee, and she had a crazy experience. Let me put this on the screen here so you can read along. She says had a passenger turned out to be a minor. She refused to get out of my car. It was a mess. Had to call the Memphis PD. I said to her, call the police. Always are suggestions in situations where they refuse to get out. She says, was that the right choice? And I told her, you did the right thing. She goes on to say she had her whole family come out cussing me. Then the police will tell me I need to refund her money. And I told him she needed to get a hold of Lyft to get that squared away. And she says, and of course my camera is crap, but I ordered a new one. Hopefully
a van
it's
true.
a van true. So she says it's unreal when the police have to come out and how they treat us. It's very discouraging.
Yeah, I think she had an interaction with a police officer too that wasn't great. So
I mean, honestly, I don't see that here in GR. I mean, I haven't, apart from a couple of instances where it was my fault that I had that, interaction with the police officer.
Yeah.
I haven't had any bad experiences with them at all. I mean, they seem to always be very respectful, wanting to do their job, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, more of the story is the minor not leaving the car.
Yeah.
Never touch anyone. I've never kicked anyone out, but I came close because she wouldn't get out of my car.
Right.
And I was just going to call the police and let them deal with it. But yeah, that sucks. It looks like the family came down and was harassing her. I watched a video today, and I'm not gonna play it tonight because I thought it kind of made me sad a little bit. But it's about it's kind of in this same token. What reminded me of it is them like refunding the money or whatever. That this DoorDash driver, I think he was not special needs, but he had some disabilities, and these kids like ordered some food, but they didn't have the McFlurry, and the Flurry machine was down, and they like peer pressured in him to pay them the money. I know I'm sidetracking here, but so he paid him $4 instead of, he kept saying DoorDash will refund your money, but it's just, I don't know. I'm sure people have seen it. I didn't want to share it because I kind of felt bad for the guy, but back to the minor thing. Yeah. I mean, it sucks. If you ever have that where no one will get out, just get out of your car. I mean, what's the worst going to happen? You're going to take your car, whatever. Everything's insured. So,
well, take the car, take the car keys out and leave the car.
Or if your car's not great, hopefully he takes the car and puts it in the lake. I mean, new car. One thing this reminded me when I was in our little chat there. I forgot one thing. What's his name? Ty Bolter. He says, is it possible to make $1,000 a week with rideshare in Grand Rapids?
I think it very much is possible. Brian was alerting to earlier that he last week made $930, I thought it was, in less than 40 hours. So is it possible? Sure, it is. But like any other market, you have to drive smart. Yeah,
so I just did quick math, and we know how good at math I am. If you drove 6 days and want to make 1,000, that's 166 a day.
Yeah.
That's pushing it. I mean,
but you gotta want to drive. You have to want to drive the hot zones. You have to want to drive like Sunday during church, or before church. You got the busy hours in the morning and afternoon, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
you're gonna put the hours in. I actually recommend. Ty talked about with rideshare in Grand Rapids. Why not do the delivery stuff too? Why not take advantage of stuff when things are slow?
Right.
Gabe is a full-time driver, and he doesn't wait at the airport like a lot of us do. And I've been, now that I've like needed some of that rideshare income, not just extra, but to, for my regular budget, I don't sit at the airport either.
No.
I mean, unless, I know there's a lot of flights coming in, but, yeah, I think you can do 1,000 a week. I mean,
Brian here, he's like, going back 2 weeks ago, he made $1,300 a week, and then go out every day, make $200 a day, $1,400 a week. So, but then you're driving 7 days a week.
I don't see $200 a day. I just don't. In this flooded market, I mean, maybe I need to, if I have a week where I don't work at all and do rideshare, maybe, I don't know, maybe because I'm just an airport sitter, I just don't see the $200 a day, but, and he's only driving for Lyft. too. I mean, he's one. I mean, I'm not saying he isn't doing it. I'm not saying that at all, Brian. Don't worry. I just, for myself, I can't see. I mean, sometimes I struggle to hit 100, and maybe because I'm airport squatting, but I don't know.
Ben, stop goofing around with the video stream.
What is he doing?
Oh, I've been.
I don't know how to turn my mic on.
I don't know how to work the soundboard, and I just like to goof around with the XSplit.
Right.
I drew a beard on Jason for everybody.
You did? That's hilarious. I can't wait to see that.
And Jesper had a crown for a quick minute.
I love it.
And also, well, we have to look at that later, but the red color on the table seems to be blinking. So I don't know, for some reason.
Blinking?
Yeah, sometimes it turns to a different color. So we got to figure that one out.
No, we need a better camera.
We need a better. No, let's just put it into like a black tablecloth.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. No, because then I wear black a lot. Then I'm gonna. No, we actually some of the money that we are getting in from YouTube, I'm planning on having someone build a nice wood table with like a hole in the middle that we can run mic cords down, and it's look at Jesper. He's like, you're not spending that money on that.
You're not gonna get no more money for you.
Oh, geez. So that's all we got, guys. I really appreciate that, everyone. Gosh, I know I say this all the time, but it's just super fun. We love hanging out with you guys. I'm jealous that I can't see the chat because I want to chat with you guys, but I have to keep this show on the road too.
There was one question for the very last thing, and then we can end. People are asking, are we driving New Year's Eve? Ben says, yes, he is. That'll be the 4th time driving New Year's Eve.
Trying to figure it out. I think it is. If I started 3.5 years ago,
I think it'll be your 4th.
it'll be my 4th.
Right.
Yeah.
So the wife asked me earlier, and she's like, didn't you not make a lot of money? I'm like, I think I made $500. And she's like, oh, never mind, you can drive. But I think it was the New Year's before I didn't do well. I think I ended up somehow I took a guy to the casino or something. But you know what? If anyone, let's just look what we made just for fun. Come on, let's do it. Ben, tell a story.
Well, I looked it up the other day. I can't remember. I don't have access to my Lyft account anymore, but I made $700 between Lyft and Uber.
You don't have access to your Lyft account?
No, they shut that down.
You can't even look at it?
Well, I didn't install it again after the phone. So.
All right, I'm getting there. I can look it real quick. I'm already to May. Hold on.
So I know I made $700.
Who can find it first?
Most of my rides that night was 7 times search with Lyft. That seemed to be
okay. On Uber, I made $424. Lyft is going to be a little bit harder to look up. Let's see. Thanks, Ben.
But I won't be driving this year because I'll be on a cruise boat.
That's right. You're not going to be driving New Year's?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Will we have one more stream? No, I don't think. I think we're done for. I think we're going to stream. Well, I think we're all done. I don't think we're live streaming. We have a podcast ready, but we're not live streaming. So this will be our last stream for.
But come back and listen to us in January because we are going to have.
Well, we'll still have
fun stuff.
We'll have MP3 available, but says I took 3 rides. Oh, wait, no, that would be 2017. Let's see. Oh, dang. Oh, I made 148. So 424 and 148. Shoot, Friday I made 101 that week.
So Paula states she has an extra dash cam she wants to donate to the fundraiser.
Well, what would be great is if she could sell that on eBay or Marketplace, or depending on what kind of camera it is. I mean, we can message her outside of this and see.
We can.
Did anyone donate during the live stream? I don't think anyone did they? Oh man, come on! So I made 552 last New Year's Eve.
How many hours?
Oh, I'm not going in for that. All right, I can figure it out.
All right, well, I will put my earnings. I will put it in XSplit, and people will be able to see it. I'm really liking this thing.
I know, Ben. XSplit's pretty sweet.
You know, it's on a computer that can actually handle it now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Sorry.
Jason Jippen shared that he made $327 in 6 hours.
Okay.
I know I drove much more than 6 hours last year.
It doesn't show the hours in here. It's probably user error.
I had back-to-back XL rides. That was my biggest thing, and I think my fares averaged $50. It was pretty crazy.
See, Lyft gives you the total hours for the week, but I don't know. I worked Friday and Saturday for a total of 6 hours, so it doesn't really give you the. Does it give you the hours? No, it doesn't give you the hours. Anyways, it wasn't like all crazy. I know the first New Year's Eve I worked till like 8 in the morning, and finally, I had to shut it off. I was so tired. Like I was getting surge rides back to back till like 8 in the morning. But
did you make $1,000?
Pretty close. It was like $800, and I just like I gotta go home. I'm exhausted. Like I exhausted all the coffee and energy drinks I could drink. My body was like, you need to get home.
I know. I think I started already at 8:30, and I drove till probably 4. I mean, I drove, a lot of hours.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I think Meg wanted me to stay home because it's like this will be the third. Ben, this might be your 5th one because. So did you start in 16 or 15?
So Ben, those two numbers, is that those together? You made that
I
night?
made $654.
So you're
numbers.
So you're a little bit higher than me that night.
Yeah.
Not by much, but
I mean that was a ton of time online.
oh, were you? Was a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too much time.
Too much time.
Well, it's close to 12 hours online.
Yes. Let me find out. Let me pull up my tax information. I started in 2015.
Okay, so I think this is your 4th then, right?
Yeah.
That would be your 4th because this is my 3rd.
This would only be
Fifth.
my 2nd. I know I didn't drive the
anyways.
first year, so.
What if I'm excited about New Year's. I'm thinking about going out like as much as I can, do the full 12 hours. But like start at like 3 p.m. I want to finish at 3. I can't do an all-nighter, but so you can do 12 hours on each app per day.
Well, Lyft don't care, right? Lyft.
Yeah, they do.
They them count now?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're the same as Uber, same restrictions.
See, I haven't driven so long.
Oh.
So
You'll be back soon enough.
no, I
Hopefully.
don't think so.
Yeah.
It might be another year.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the 2 years. I think it's the last citation I had. That was
A little hot.
A little hot.
A little hot. Hot to try. So
So, anyways, yeah, I don't know.
you won't be working New Year's. You'll be
not.
sunning your behind somewhere. Are the kids? No, the kids aren't going on that cruise. Just you and Michelle, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going down to
We're
Florida.
leaving the kids in Florida, and then we are driving to New Orleans. And on the 30th, we are getting on a boat.
Dude, you're not going to know what to do with yourself.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I mean, you work all the time. You're going to be like, I can't sit still. What you clicking over there, Ben?
Brian states it's a 14-hour max on Lyft.
Oh, is it? I mean, I'll probably run both simultaneously. Although the trend here in Grand Rapids is Lyft has not been prime timing at all. I mean, very rarely. I haven't seen it get above 100% in a long time.
But I gotta tell you, last year, I mean, I made bulk of my money on Lyft.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Well, I get a better percentage on Lyft. So, I mean, depending on what's surging, I don't know. That's why I actually run both apps. I run Uber on my phone and Lyft on my tablet, the tablet I'm using down here tonight. And that way you can kind of see both all the time what's going on. So, I mean, of course, I would never cancel a ride and take one on the other app. I mean, that would be absurd. Absolutely absurd.
All right.
He has so done that.
You just got to back off the mic a little bit.
Seriously. My very first ride I took on
Doing all the stats.
Wednesday, February 25, 2015.
That was my birthday, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Happy late birthday.
So I got approved. I remember how this went. I was like, it's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. I've got to work in the morning. Oh, what the hell? I'll go out and try it. So I worked from 9:45 until midnight. Same thing next night, Thursday night. And then I drove Friday and Saturday. I was just hooked.
It's funny. I wish I kind of would have, I wish I would have a dash cam right from the get-go so I could go back and, save your first day or something and see how nervous you were driving around with like.
My first ride was 6 miles. It was a 10-minute drive. And I remember this ride. I went from some apartments over off Alpine and took them downtown.
Yeah. Probably York Creek.
No, Alpine is that's Old Orchard.
Oh, York Creek's over there too.
Well, yeah, but
Alpine and 4 Mile.
don't ever go to York Creek after
Yeah,
12
don't.
o'clock at night.
All right, we're just rambling.
Yep.
We got to cut
Thanks,
this.
guys.
I'm sure everyone's left anyways, except Paula. So Paula,
And Jason Jipping's still here.
Oh,
Brian
The
and
mafia
new,
boss.
new guy Eric something I can't pronounce your last
was
name.
Tom
Sorry,
on
Eric.
tonight? He usually chimes in.
No, Tom.
Tom wasn't on? He's always in. Paula, we will message you about that camera, but last chance, anyone want to donate, get free swag.
Jipping,
I'll even-
donate.
I'll even he just got a big raise. Come on,
Hey,
Jipping.
Let's not talk about stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have. Too late.
Sorry, Jason.
I mean, he got a small raise.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, I don't even know what kind of raise he got, but
He doesn't even work for the same company.
no,
Come
he
on.
doesn't. I know, that's what I
Oh,
meant.
the beard came back on again, and now he's having fun again with the.
I kind of want to flip it around. Let me see before we go. I can't see the stream, so it looks like I blew my nose.
Okay, today was a little bit of a.
You know what? We made it, and you made it. Can you do a little better with your freaking drawing? That's so cool that you can do that, though. I love it. All right.